It is race week. Now, this is when triathletes tend to lose their minds, if I'm totally honest. So don't do that, all right? The schedule is set up whether you're racing on Saturday or Sunday. You can make small micro adjustments right now. It's okay. Honestly, think about what we talked about last week. It's not about getting fit, it's just about feeling fresh. And there were a lot of times that I would feel not really fresh, even up until Wednesday for a Saturday race. But then Thursday and Friday, I felt like I was going to jump out of my skin. So don't feel nervous if you start off Monday and Tuesday feeling a little groggy or even not great. Think about it as I talk to my athletes all the time about, like, if you have an abrasion or a small cut, once it's open, I mean, obviously the damage hurts, but once it's open, you can kind of move around and things are fine. It's when you start to let it heal and it scabs and it starts to crack and it starts to become really annoying and painful. That's what's happening with your muscles over the rest of this week and beginning of the end of last week. So it could very well feel like you're less energy right now or even not even sharp. That's okay. That's your body putting everything back on the shelf, making sure everything's ready for race day. On race day, you really want to make sure you check out the venue, make sure you get a lay of the land with the transition area, obviously check out some swim site stuff. I personally like to get a swim in 2 days before the race, and I don't even mess with swimming the day before the race because it just adds another level of logistics, bringing a wetsuit, trying to park, find a pool, and or get in the open water for 10, 15 minutes. Again, really is not going to do anything other than just kind of stress me out. So I like to do a little swim on the 2 days before the race and then kind of be good to go with the swim. On the race day, make sure you start off fast and aggressive, but not out of control. The best thing that you can do is make sure you stay relaxed. At the beginning, I always make sure I can wiggle my fingers while I'm starting my swim. If I can do that, I know that my body's relaxed. Use the swim buoys as an opportunity to recheck your form and remind yourself things that you need to be doing in the swim in order to have good form. And think about the race is for everybody at least 4 hours, for most people much longer than 4 hours, and you want to pace yourself at every component of the race for an event that takes that long. So don't swim thinking I only have to swim a half an hour or so and then I'm done with the swim. It's all physiology. Remember, it doesn't matter. Your body doesn't know what it's doing. So you want to kind of pace yourself for the effort that you can get faster all through the race. So unless you're super experienced and you're dialed in, then you have that part down. So I always like to descend each event in thirds. So I like to get faster for so this first third, the second, and the third, I like to get faster each third of the swim, bike, and run. So that gives me the opportunity to build in things. Make sure on the bike, you can always say 4 or 5 words to yourself under your breath. And also make sure you're never filling your legs up with lactate. I like to work myself up to the point that I feel like if I did go harder, remember that envelope run, that I would start to fill up with lactate, but I don't want to push that hard. I want to make sure that I hold back and realize that anything that I do to hold back a little bit probably won't hurt me or impact my time that much, but anything that I do to overexert myself just a little too much could have catastrophic events. So you want to make sure that you're pacing yourself accordingly there. For the run, I absolutely just like to look at my cadence. And I tell myself and I tell my athletes that when I come off the bike, if it's a hot race or something like that, the cadence will usually be a little lower in hot conditions, usually by 2 or 4. And so I give myself a mile to kind of get my legs, whatever my cadence is. After that first mile or that first 5 minutes, I try to hold that cadence for the rest of the race. And I notice all the time that if I'm not watching my cadence, I'm always trying to take bigger steps to get speed. And that's a fool's errand because that means that you're going to start muscling through your run and then that's going to catch up with you. So stay on your hydration, stay on your nutrition. If your perception of the world starts to change, I know that sounds corny, but if you start to get more irritated at cracks in the road or other competitors and that type of stuff, that's your very first sign that you're low on hydration or nutrition. So you want to take inventory on how that's going. If it's a hot race, use the aid stations even on the bike early in the day to start cooling yourself off right away. So I like to take a water bottle, put it in my mouth and hold it there, and then try to grab another water bottle and spray it all over me because I have the water bottle in my mouth that I can consume. So once I give myself a bath with the one water bottle, I toss it and I have the one in my mouth. I drink as much as I want and then I spray myself as much as I can. If I've already gotten rid of one bottle, I'll even try to grab another and put it in so that halfway between the aid stations or whatever, I'll have the option for more water to cool myself off. So again, have the membership area. We have opportunity for you to check in, maybe do one of your consults with a coach or something like that and dial in what it is you need to do. And I hope everybody has a great race and has a safe race. And I'll see you guys after you finish.